Donald Trump continued his attack on higher education this week via an executive order that actually threatens to pull the accreditation from colleges across the country if they are teaching things or doing things that Donald Trump doesn't like. And of course, we all know that Donald Trump has been embroiled in this massive battle with Harvard, one of the oldest and most prestigious universities here in the United States, hell, on the planet. And he is threatening them. He actually reached out via Truth Social this week and threatened the university, saying that they fire their lawyer that they just hired because the university is just so anti-Semitic. He actually said it's one of the most anti-Semitic organizations in the country, Harvard is, apparently. So that actually came after he signed this executive order that directs Secretary of Education Linda McMahon to start looking into this. And if they're doing things we don't like, pull their accreditation. For the record, if Trump pulls accreditation from these colleges, that means that the degrees and the credits you earn from those colleges are worthless. It also means the colleges themselves are no longer able to accept student loans. They can't accept federal grants. They can't get federal loans. They can't get any kind of federal assistance or funding in any way, which, according to experts, is a death sentence for these colleges. They will be gone forever if that's what happens. So what are the criteria for a college to lose its accreditation? According to the executive order, accreditors have remained improperly focused on compelling adoption of discriminatory ideology. The order directs Secretary of Education Linda McMahon to suspend or terminate an accreditor's federal recognition in order to hold it accountable if it violates federal civil rights law. The order itself states that, quote, requiring institutions seeking accreditation to engage in unlawful discrimination in accreditation-related activity under the guise of diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives would constitute a violation of federal civil rights law. First of all, no, it doesn't. Republicans are trying to hide behind the civil rights law, something they actually opposed in the past. Let's never forget that. In order to say that hiring more people of color, hiring more women, that's discriminatory against us white dudes. Yeah, that's a violation of our civil rights. You need more white men there. Yeah, we've seen what's happened to the federal government since Donald Trump got rid of DEI and replaced it with a bunch of idiot white men, right? How's the Department of Defense looking? How's the FAA looking? How's the Social Security Administration looking? Yeah, it's all gone to hell. Because of this, because of Donald Trump firing people of color and replacing them with incompetent white people who don't know what the they're doing. That's what's happening in the federal government, and Trump wants that to start happening at universities. But this is just the first step. It's not just, do you have DEI in your guidelines? And DEI doesn't say you have to hire these people. It basically says, like, you can't reject these people based on race, gender, religion, all of that. Like, that's what it is. 20 years ago, they were saying the same thing about affirmative action, right? They just changed the name to DEI, and it's the same thing. It's their way to say, get rid of the black people, get rid of the Mexicans, get rid of the women, and put a bunch of hot white men in there, right? Because these people, for some reason, seem to be obsessed with white men in a way that I'm sure a lot of mental health professionals would just love to dig into, because there could be a little bit of latency right there due to the fact that these other white men want to only see white men anytime they go anywhere. Yeah, you know, that's a story for a different day. That's some issues y'all clearly need to work out. If you walk outside your door and you say, I only want to see a bunch of white men around, that says more about you than it does about anything else. But all joking aside, this is going to destroy higher education in the United States. He is going to pull accreditation from some of the oldest and, again, most prestigious colleges on this planet. We are going to see the decimation of education at all levels, because this is just higher education, but they're also targeting so much in regular K through 12 education as well. It is a disaster. It is the dumbing down of the United States of America, and they're doing it because they are huge racists. That's what this is. You know, Trump had the audacity to call Harvard anti-Semitic. Trump's the one who on the campaign trail multiple times said any Jewish person that votes for Democrats, you're a bad Jew. Like, if anybody's got anti-Semitism inside of them, man, it's you. Clearly, obviously. But he's in charge. He gets to write executive orders. He gets to make these directions. And by God, Linda McMahon isn't smart enough to push back on him. So this is now just a thing that's going to happen in the United States. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.